Every time, we really had a nice morning, if anything, but she just got worked up because we were trying to get going and get our day going because we want to go like Archie's point or something like that.
Okay. You want to tell me about those scratches on your face?
She had a cell phone in her hand. That's why I was pushing her away.
Both Gabby and Brian Laundrie said they did not want to press charges. Now, an independent review of the case has since found the Moab police failed to classify the incident as domestic violence, that they failed to show up and get a statement from the initial 911 caller who said they saw Brian Laundrie hit Gabby Petito, and they were criticized for failing to cite Gabby after she admitted to hitting Laundrie, among other mistakes. The report stated there was probable cause for officers to arrest Gabby and take her into custody, and in theory, I guess that would have protected her. But that report said the question of would Gabby be alive today if this case was handled differently is simply impossible to know. But the family's attorneys believe they do know the answer. The police failed to protect Gabby and intervene when they had the chance. They held a press conference today.
There's a lot of information that has been made available, but there's much information that is not yet available publicly. But I will say that we do agree with the findings of the investigative report that the officers failed to recognize the serious danger that she was in and failed to investigate fully and properly. They did not have the training that they needed to recognize the clear signs that were evident that morning, that Gabby was a victim and that she was in serious need of immediate help.
At that press conference, Gabby's mother talked about watching the body cam footage from the Moab police after her daughter went missing.
Watching it is very painful, and I wanted to jump to the screen and rescue her. That's all I can really say about that.
I get it. Like any parent would feel that fury watching that. But our police and our society can't function if we're going to sue police officers every time they get something wrong. Joining me once again is attorney, former federal prosecutor, Jay Town. Jay, thanks for coming back. All right, so what do you make of this? What is the legal standard with regard to police being sued?
Well, so in just about every state in the country, there's what is called qualified immunity. And so if you are a public servant and you are performing in the course of your duties and you do something in the performance of those duties, especially if it's a discretionary function, like letting two kids go, then you can't be sued. You can't even waive immunity and say, sure, go ahead and sue me. There can be no damages found against those Utah officers if, in fact, they are immune from civil suit. And it's hard, as you said. I don't think this case is going anywhere. I agree with the Petito's lawyer that, the Utah police officers perhaps didn't do the best job or do their job to the fullest. But you're right, Dan, that the precedent would be set that, hey, every time the police make the wrong call, every time that a prosecutor lets somebody go for lack of evidence or for a plea agreement or whatever it might be, gives them probation instead of jail time, and then they go commit another crime, that there's going to be some liability there for those sort of public functions. And that can't be how we operate. We have immunity because the law recognizes that law enforcement is not going to be, they're not going to be legal scholars on the side of the road, nor are they going to do some constitutional analysis in split seconds. And so that's why we have qualified immunity. It can be broken. I just don't see how they get a wrongful death in this case.
How do they break through? How could they break through it?
Well, the best way is to give you an example. I've prosecuted a number of domestic violence cases. The best example would be police go to a house on a DV call. They do nothing. Then an hour later, they go back to the same house on a DV call and they do nothing. And then 3 hours later, they go back and it's a murder crime scene. Well, that is where their discretion probably, was supplanted by better judgment and reason, and their negligence actually turned into sort of reckless behavior. So that might be a situation. But even then, you're just getting a little bit closer. you're not all the way there. And I really feel like a wrongful death suit where you have to have a nexus to the actual cause of death, the legal injury here. And there was 2 weeks between what you showed on the side of the road there and her actual death. And so the nexus just is not there for this lawsuit.
Yeah, and look, and again, I know that there are a lot of people who, like me, and I'm sure like you, Jay, feel enormously for the family here, right? I mean, Gabby Petito's family was wronged throughout this, at times by the family of Brian Laundrie, in my opinion. But that doesn't necessarily mean you then win a lawsuit against the police, because, as Jay points out, that would allow you to go back, anyone, to second guess every decision made by a police officer where something bad ends up happening later. So police arrive at a scene, they see something, they see drugs at a scene and they don't arrest the person, or they give them a misdemeanor and tell them to show up in court, and the next day they go and kill someone and you say, aha, see, you could have prevented that. It's just not the way the law works. Jay Town, thank you for joining us on overtime duty today throughout the show. Really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.